Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a 2010 format Pokemon battle featuring on one side a Gengar Spiritomb deck, and on the other side we're going to be showcasing the Gardevoir Gallade deck as used by the Masters Division finalist Michael Pramawat. So let's see who's going to come out victorious in this battle. Let's get into it. And here we go, both players have flipped over their starting Pokemon. On the left we've got the Gardevoir side, and on the right we've got the Gengar side. The Gengar side is starting first. Opening Pokemon is a Nidoran, and they just benched a Spiritomb. Is there going to be any energy attachments coming down? Yes, it's going to be the first energy attachment, Call Energy. Player's going to activate the Call Energy effect to search their deck for any two basic Pokemon to add to the bench. The first one chosen is going to be a Baltoy, and the second one is a Gallade, both of them going straight onto the bench. As the first turn player, they are not allowed to play any trainers, supporters, or stadiums, but they were able to get a couple Pokemon out. Okay, over to the Gardevoir side. Supporter's going to be Roseanne's Research, being able to search the deck for a combination of any two either basic Pokemon or basic energy cards. So here we go. The first card chosen is Ralts. Let's see what the second one's going to be. Another Ralts. Okay, both Ralts presumably coming down onto the bench to join Baltoy. And Spiritomb is their active Pokemon, so both players having a somewhat similar Pokemon on their side. Both of them have a Spiritomb, and both of them have a Baltoy, as both Spiritomb and Baltoy are really good support Pokemon for both of these decks, as Baltoy can evolve into Claydol to use its Cosmic Power, Poke Power to draw cards as the game goes on, and Spiritomb serves two purposes. The first off, as it was just used to use its attack Darkness Grace to evolve any Pokemon on their side of the field, so right away the Baltoy was evolved into Claydol. And also, the second use for Spiritomb is when it's in the active spot, nobody can use any trainer cards from their hand because of its Pokebody Keystone Seal. Okay, so the first Pokemon has been evolved on the Gardevoir side, the Claydol, so the turn passes back over to the Gengar side, a Psychic Energy coming down onto Gastly, getting it ready to evolve and start attacking. A Stadium is coming down, Moonlight Stadium. Moonlight Stadium has the effect to give all Psychic and Darkness type Pokemon a free retreat cost, so because both of these decks mostly run Psychic Pokemon, they're both going to be using this Stadium to get free retreat for pretty much most of their Pokemon except for the Claydols. Okay, the Gengar side also promoted their own Spiritomb and also using Darkness Grace to also evolve their Baltoy. Pretty similar turns. Oh, and also earlier in the turn, Uxie was played, using its setup ability to draw until the player has 7 cards in hand. Okay, back over to the Gardevoir side. Another supporter's coming down, BB Search. BB Search can swap out one card from the player's hand to then search the deck for any Pokemon that they would like. And the Pokemon chosen is a Kirlia. So it looks like one of these Ralts is going to be evolving to Kirlia pretty soon. And then it's just one more step closer to evolving into either Gardevoir or Gallade. There's a Kirlia. And then Claydol is going to go ahead and use its Cosmic Power. Cosmic Power can let the player choose any two cards from their hand, put them at the bottom of the deck, and then draw up until they have 6 cards in hand. Okay, so the cards were drawn, and then Darkness Grace was declared again, evolving the Kirlia into the Gardevoir. So we've got the first Gardevoir of the game. It will be ready to use its Poke Power on the following turn, but unfortunately it's not ready to attack just yet because it only has 1 energy and it does need 3 energies to use its Psychic Lock attack. Speaking of energy, over to the Gengar side, Gastly's got its second energy attachment, a Call Energy, but still no Haunter or Gengar coming down. The Gengar side is also playing BB Search, swapping out one of their cards from the hand to search for a Haunter. Okay. So pretty similar turns both of these players are taking, using the opportunity to search out evolutions, and then following up with Claydol to draw more cards, and then presumably the turn is going to end by using Spiritomb to evolve one of their Pokemon. Yeah, there it is. Darkness Grace was declared. And, oh, it wasn't the Gengar. It looks like the Nidoran was evolved into a Nidorina. So the player probably already has a Gengar in hand, ready to evolve in the next turn. Oh, and also, I didn't specify earlier, but every time Spiritomb uses its Darkness Grace attack, it does take 10 damage, which is why both of these Spiritomb have taken 20 damage each. Supporters Looker's Investigation, letting the player look at all cards in the opponent's hand, and yeah, it looks like there it is. There's 2 Gengar in hand, and now the player can choose to either shuffle their own hand away or have their opponent shuffle their hand away. But it looks like they chose to shuffle their own hand away. Must have been a really bad hand. Otherwise, they could have gotten rid of both of those Gengar. Okay, so a new hand of 5 was drawn, and here we go. Gardevoir's Poke Power was just activated. Telepass. Telepass is probably one of the best Poke Powers ever printed, letting the player search for any supporter in their opponent's discard pile and then using it for the turn. Essentially letting the Gardevoir side play 2 supporters per turn. Okay, so Azelf coming down, activating its Time Walk Poke Power. Time Walk lets the player search through all 6 of their prizes, pick out any Pokemon that they find there, add it to their hand, and then swap out one of their cards in hand and put it back onto the prizes. So the players taking the time to memorize what's in their prizes. And the Kirlia immediately evolves. So we've got a Gardevoir and a Kirlia, so we might have a second Gardevoir coming down pretty soon. Claydol has used its Cosmic Power again, letting the player put a couple of cards at the bottom of the deck and then drawing up until they have 6 cards. And here we go, a double colorless energy was just attached to the Gardevoir. So now it is ready to start using its Psychic Lock attack and taking knockouts. Spiritomb was retreated, as it does have a free retreat cost because of the Moonlight Stadium, and Psychic Lock is declared, dealing 60 damage and taking the first knockout of the game. Psychic Lock deals plenty of damage on its own, but it also has a really good special effect in that the opposing player can no longer activate Poke Powers during their next turn, so Claydol will not be able to use its Cosmic Power because of Psychic Lock. The player did evolve their Haunter into a Gengar, so it's going to be ready to attack, and then follows up by playing the supporter Felicity's Drawing, discarding 1 card from the hand and then drawing 3 cards. Another Ghastly is coming back down, and the attack is declared. Shadow Skip. Shadow Skip deals 60 damage to Gardevoir and then 10 damage to any benched Pokemon. So there's 10 damage on the Spiritomb. Okay, and then also Shadow Skip lets Gengar move out of the active spot and switch it with the benched Pokemon. So Uxie has come up active. Oh, also I just realized that there was a misplay there. Gardevoir is weak to Psychic-type Pokemon, so it should have taken 90 damage instead of 60. Oh, let's see if that comes into play later. Okay, so a BB Search was used by the player, and then using Telepass to use a second BB Search from the opponent's discard pile. Okay, Dusknoir was searched out, and I believe that Duskull was searched out with the first BB Search. Yeah, there it is, Duskull. Rare Candy, immediately evolving into Dusknoir. Ooh, that's gonna really hurt the Gengar side, because Dusknoir does have the Dark Palm Poke Power, and it activates whenever the opponent has more than 3 benched Pokemon. Dusknoir can choose any of those benched Pokemon and immediately shuffle it away. So Gengar looks like made a mistake by using Shadow Skip to switch back into the bench, because now it's gone. Those 3 turns of powering it up gone to waste. And Gardevoir looks like it's gonna go unopposed because nothing else on the opponent's side is ready to go up against it. There's a second Gardevoir coming down. It has a double colorless energy, now it just needs a Psychic energy to be fully powered up. Psychic Lock was declared again, taking another knockout on this Uxie because it does have that weakness to Psychic Pokemon. Over to the Gengar side, Nidorina is promoted to try to stall out a turn. Rare Candy comes down. It looks like, yeah, another Gengar's coming down. Okay, it's going to be a different type of Gengar. This one, luckily, can attack using only a single energy. Okay, the Materina retreats for free, promoting the newly evolved Gengar. And this Gengar is able to use its Shadow Room attack. Shadow Room deals normally 30 damage to a Pokemon unless it has a Poke Power, which Gardevoir did, so it bumps up the damage to 60. So Gardevoir is knocked out, and it looks like that little misplay from earlier didn't really matter because Gardevoir still would have been knocked out this turn regardless. Okay, so over to the other side. Unknown G was just benched and then activating its Guard Poke Power, attaching itself to Gardevoir. Now, Shadow Room will not work on this Gardevoir. So Gengar wants to take out Knockout on this Gardevoir. It won't be able to... Sorry, it will not be able to use Shadow Room against it. It has to use its second attack, Poltergeist. Roseanne's Research was the supporter for the turn, searching the deck for another Ralts and a Psychic Energy. It looks like the player's going to be starting to power up either a third Gardevoir or their first Gallade. Yeah, the Gardevoir is being really aggressive. Players looking over their opponent's discard pile, probably to find any supporters that they might want to use with Gardevoir's Telepass. And yeah, there it is. Telepass has been declared, and BB Search has been played again, swapping out one of the cards from the hand to search for any Pokemon from the deck. And there it is, Gallade. And Gardevoir is not giving Gengar any time to breathe. Using Claydol to continuously draw more cards, Gardevoir to play a second supporter, and Dusknoir is basically locking the opponent out of having more than 3 benched Pokemon, because if they try to bench a 4th or a 5th one, Dusknoir will just shuffle it away with its Dark Palm. Another Ralts and a rare candy immediately evolving into Gallade. That's a full bench for Gardevoir. Some pretty intimidating looking Pokemon, to be honest. Night Maintenance is the next card played, searching the discard pile for 3 cards. There's a Gardevoir, a Ralts, and a Psychic Energy, and then taking those 3 cards and shuffling them back into the deck. So the Gardevoir side might have lost one of their Gardevoir, but they just shuffled it back in so they can use it later in the game. Psychic Lock is declared, dealing 60 damage to this Gengar, and once again, preventing Claydol from using its Cosmic Power. Oh, nothing to be done. Yeah, that was it. The attack was declared Shadow Room. Again, it doesn't do anything to Gardevoir, but it looks like it bypassed Gardevoir and chose Spiritomb as the target, so a knockout was taken. But it might not be enough because Gardevoir will be able to take a knockout on this Gengar in the following turn. Over to the Gardevoir side, attaching a Psychic Energy to Gallade, and then Claydol using its Cosmic Power again to draw more cards. That's going to be insulting to the Gengar side, watching their opponent play Cosmic Power, but they can't play their own because they're constantly under Psychic Lock. Telepass uses BB Search once again to search out another Pokemon from the deck. Let's see what it is going to be this time. Ralts again, okay. Should have seen that one coming, honestly. One thing I have to say, the Gengar does have that fainting spell Poke Power, so when it gets knocked out, the player can flip a coin, and if they roll heads, the opponent is also knocked out with it. And here it is, it's a coin flip, and it's a heads! Oh, it's gotta hurt for Gardevoir! It took a knockout on Gengar, but Gengar's fainting spell KO'd the Gardevoir right back, and it didn't even have to hit it with any damage. Oh, and just like that, another Gardevoir goes down. Luckily, the Gardevoir side does have a Gallade on their side. It just needs one more energy to start attacking. Okay, over to the Gengar side, Pokemon Collector is played, so they can search their deck for any 3 basic Pokemon. The first one chosen is Ghastly. And they're probably going to need more than one Ghastly. Spiritomb. Let's see what the third one's going to be. Oh, they're still searching. Hopefully the other Ghastly is not in the prizes. Otherwise, this could be a... Oh, never mind. There it is. Yeah, 2 Ghastly and 1 Spiritomb have been chosen. But the player has to be careful not to bench all of them. Okay, so only 2 of them were benched, like I said earlier. If they get more than 3 Pokemon on their bench, Dusknoir will be able to shuffle them away. And it's already happened once to a Gengar. We don't want it to happen again. Call Energy was attached to the Ghastly. And... okay, here we go. Nidorina is retreating, promoting the Spiritomb. Spiritomb will be able to use its Darkness Grace to evolve Ghastly into Haunter right away. And there it is, another Haunter coming back down. Okay, with the attack declared. Turn passes over to the Gardevoir side. Let's see if their Gallade is going to be able to start attacking. Yeah, double colorless energy. And Gallade is ready to start attacking with its Psychic Cut attack, dealing 60 damage to this Spiritomb. But before that, Claydol uses its Cosmic Power. Player puts a couple of cards at the bottom of the deck and then drawing... oh, just one card. Okay, so they must have a pretty full hand by now. And, oh, no supporters were played. Going straight to the attack. Psychic Cut takes another knockout, and Spiritomb is knocked out. Over to the Gengar side again, Nidorina comes back up active. An Expert Belt is played on the Haunter, but because... oh, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, because the Psychic Lock was not declared anymore because Gardevoir's been knocked out, the Gengar side can finally start using their Cosmic Power again, but before they do that, Night Maintenance was played, shuffling a couple of their discarded cards back into the deck. Presumably a Ghastly, a Gengar, and a Psychic Energy. I did see the Psychic Energy. There's another Gengar coming back down, the same one that has the Fainting Spell Poke Power. And Claydol uses its Cosmic Power, once again being able to use its ability after being locked away for so long. Let's see if they got anything good. Felicity's drawing is going to be the supporter. Player can discard a card, there it goes, and then they draw 3 more cards from the deck. They're going to get what they need to start attacking with this Gengar. Yeah, there it is, Psychic Energy. Now Gengar can use either its Shadow Room attack or its Poltergeist attack. And Gallade is also weak to Psychic Pokemon, so there's a possibility it might be getting knocked out with Poltergeist. Unless the player chooses to use Shadow Room. Okay, another trainer is being played, Pokemon Communication, swapping out a Baltoy from the hand, and searching for any Pokemon from their deck. Nidoqueen, okay, Nidoqueen is finally coming into play. Nidoqueen is a great support Pokemon for the deck, as she does have the Pokebody Maternal Comfort, letting it heal 10 damage from all Pokemon on its side between turns. Okay, and the attack was declared, Poltergeist. Poltergeist deals 30 damage times the number of trainer cards in the opponent's hand. It looks like the player is verifying that yes, that's what it does. And it looks like the player had 2 trainers in hand, so that's 60 damage. Expert Belt adds 20 more for 80 damage. And then Gallade's weakness gives it 30 more for a total of 110 damage. That was almost a knockout. Gallade has 20 HP left. Or the Gardevoir side, Ralts coming down. Psychic Energy, maybe? Yes, Psychic Energy coming down onto the Ralts. Wait, no? Yes. Took a while to make up their mind. BB Search, swapping out a card from a hand to search for a Gardevoir. There it is. And if they have the Rare Candy in hand, we're going to be seeing another Gardevoir coming back down immediately. Yeah, there it is. Rare Candy coming back into another Gardevoir. You can't keep Gardevoir away for too long. Searching through their opponent's discard pile to pick any supporter to use for their turn through Telepass. Yeah, Telepass is declared using... oh, Felicity's drawing this time. Discarding a card and then drawing 4 cards. Oh, it looks like they discarded 2 cards to draw 4. So it looks like this Gallade might be going down on the following turn. Player's thinking about what to do. Yeah, using Psychic Cut. Psychic Cut also has another effect where the player can choose to flip over as many of their prizes, and then Psychic Cut deals 20 more damage for each prize flipped over. But since the player only has 2 prizes left, they can only flip 2. So it adds only an extra 40 damage for a total of 100. Back over to the other side. In between turns, however, Nidoqueen's Maternal Comfort Pokebody did heal 10 damage off of this Gengar. So it's down to 90 damage. And then Pokemon Communication was played to search out another Gengar from the deck. And now following up with BB Search to search for any 2 basic Pokemon or basic energy. So it's going to be 2 Psychic Energies being added to the hand. And then following up with Claydol. Cosmic Power, putting a couple of cards at the bottom of the deck, and then drawing 3 more. So it looks like Gengar's going in on the aggressive this turn. Wait, no, never mind. They're retreating their Gengar, and it's understandable because it's so heavily damaged. They don't want it to get knocked out, especially because it does have that Expert Belt attached. Any Pokemon that gets knocked out while it has an Expert Belt gives up 2 prizes. So if this Gengar were to be knocked out, Gardevoir would automatically win, as that would take the final 2 prizes. So no attack was declared on Gallade. It is able to retreat for the turn, and Gardevoir is ready to attack. It has all 3 energy ready to go. Claydol's going to use its Cosmic Power first of all to draw a couple more cards. Let's see if there's going to be any supporters coming down from the Gardevoir side, or using the Telepass first to play one of their opponent's discarded supporters. Yeah, Telepass honestly has been one of the best Pokepowers ever made in the game. They really should bring it back. It's going to be copying Felicity's drawing once again, discarding a card to draw 3 more. Probably trying to dig into the deck to search out for their own supporters. No supporter was played, so they're going to end the turn by attacking with Psychic Lock. Hitting Nidoqueen for weakness, 90 damage. And then between turns, Maternal Comfort activates again, healing 10 damage off of itself and another 10 off of this Gengar. And speaking of Gengar, there's another one coming back down, that same one from earlier with the Shadow Skip attack. It does need 3 energy to start attacking, so it will be needing 1 more turn before it can start using its attack. So yeah, that's going to be it for the turn, as the player cannot use their Cosmic Power ability because they were locked away by Gardevoir's attack. Maternal Comfort activates again to heal 10 damage off of itself and off of Nidoqueen and Gengar. And then over to the Gardevoir side, Telepass is declared, activating BB Search once again, swapping out one of their cards from the hand to search out for any Pokemon from the deck. Let's see what the Pokemon's going to be this time. Oh, Gardevoir level X! Are they going to be leveling up into the next Gardevoir? Another Ralts comes back down. Ralts gets a Psychic Energy attachment. And the player's going over their own discard pile, just to presumably look at what resources have been used up by now. Let's see if the Gardevoir level X is going to be coming down. No, not yet. Claydol's going to use its Cosmic Power. Putting a couple of cards at the bottom of the deck and then drawing until they have 6 cards in hand. So that was just 1 card drawn. The attack is declared, Psychic Lock. Nidoqueen is knocked out, and Gardevoir's only got 1 prize left to win the game, while Gengar still has 3. It is not looking good for Gengar. The 3rd energy comes down into the Gengar. It's going to be able to use its Shadow Skip attack. Oh, but Gengar gets to level up, so Gengar level X comes down. And the supporter judge is played. Both players have to shuffle away their hands and then draw 4 cards. But honestly, it doesn't really make a difference for the Gardevoir side if their hand gets shuffled away, because they do have that Claydol to draw until they have 6 cards. There's both players drawing their 4 new cards. And there's the attack declared, Shadow Skip. Gengar level X, it's able to use its own attack or the attack of its previous form. So it did use the base form Gengar's Shadow Skip, dealing 90 damage. So this time the weakness was applied onto this Gardevoir, and then it does 10 damage to the benched Gallade. So Gallade has only got 10 HP left, so if Gengar uses its Shadow Skip again on the following turn, Gallade will be getting knocked out. Okay, looks like the first Cosmic Power was just played. BB searches the next supporter. Swapping out a card from the hand. What are they getting this time? Oh, Gardevoir level X coming back into the hand. Oh, you know what? I think I know why they didn't play it last turn. The regular Gardevoir has a weakness of Psychic Pokemon of plus 30, so that's why Shadow Skip is able to hit it for 90 damage. But if it were to level up into its level X form, it will be taking damage times 2, so it would have been taking 120 damage, which is probably why the player didn't choose to level it up. Okay, what happened there? Oh, it looks like the player tried to use Cosmic Power a second time, but then they caught their mistake and took the cards back, so luckily nothing happened. There was no misplay there. Now, Psychic Energy was attached to the Gardevoir. Sorry, not the Gardevoir, the Dusknoir, so maybe they're preparing Dusknoir for an attack? Psychic Lock was declared. And oh, it looks like on the Gengar side, they just took 2 knockouts, attaching an Expert Belt first, and then using Compound Pain. Compound Pain is able to hit every Pokemon on the opponent's side that already has damage counters on it, and then dealing 30 damage to it. So both the Gardevoir and the Gallade were knocked out at the same time. And with that, Gengar has tied it up. Now both players are down to their last prize. And the Gardevoir side doesn't have any attackers, unfortunately. There's no Gallade, no Gardevoir. It looks like they're trying to power up this Dusknoir to be their next attacker, but is it going to be enough to take down this Gengar? Because Dusknoir does need 3 energies. It's only got 1 so far. There's the second one. It's still not enough. It needs 1 more Psychic Energy to use its attack. Oh, wait, there it is! Lucian's assignment is to support a plate, able to move energy from one Pokemon to another, and there you go. Dusknoir does get its second Psychic Energy, and it can finally use its attack. Hard Feelings. Hard Feelings deals 100 damage to this Gengar, taking the knockout and the final prize, and there's the handshake. Gardevoir is your winner. So what did you guys think about the battle? Let me know down in the comments below, along with any suggestions of any future videos you might want to watch. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.